Hello everybody. This is going to be the first of several videos for section 1.3. This is a very quick one, and we're going to discuss here the difference between explanatory and response variables. All right, so let's take a look at these. When we suspect one variable may causally affect another, we label the first variable the explanatory variable and the second the response variable. So causally affect means that there's a cause and effect relationship. One thing is causing a change in the other. Okay? So the explanatory variable, well, it explains the effect, and the response variable is responding to that change. Right? So the words suggest what they mean. Now, not every pair of variables is going to be an explanatory and a response. All right, so as is indicated below here, for many pairs of variables, there is no hypothesized relationship, and these labels would not be applied to either variable in this case. So it's not that every study has an explanatory and response variable, but we're going to look at some that do, and we're going to see if we can identify which is which. All right, so let's take a look. So here's an article I found on Science News, and we're just going to read the, I think we can get the gist of it just by reading the title here. It says, boosting a liver protein may mimic the brain benefits of exercise. So there have been a number of studies that have indicated that exercise can improve brain function, especially in older age. Right? Well, this study is talking about a liver protein being associated with the benefits to your brain. So what would be the explanatory and the response variables here? So think about it. Pause the video if you need, and we'll discuss now. So remember, the explanatory variable explains the change, and the response variable it responds to that change. Okay? So what is explaining the change here? Well, what are we doing? We're boosting a liver protein. Right? So the liver protein is the explanatory variable, and probably the amount of this protein or how much it's excreted. That would be the explanatory variable. And the response variable would be the benefits to your brain. How much the brain benefits from that change. All right, so we have the explanatory is the liver protein, and the response is the brain benefit. Okay, let's take a look at another study here. Here we have an article, pulmonary illness related to e-cigarette use in Illinois and Wisconsin. Final report. Okay, let's go just look at the abstract here. I've highlighted the key sentence I want to focus on. It says, in July 2019, the Wisconsin Department of Health Services and the Illinois Department of Public Health received reports of lung injury associated with the use of e-cigarettes, also called vaping, and launched a coordinated public health investigation. Okay, so see if you can think of what the explanatory and the response variable would be in this situation. Go ahead and pause the video if you need. Okay, so let's see what we have here. They received reports of lung injury associated with the use of e-cigarettes. Okay, so what was being caused here? What was being caused was lung injury, or that's what's suggested here. So that is the response. So lung injury is the response variable. And that's associated with the use of e-cigarettes. So this is what is being suggested might be causing it. All right, the use of e-cigarettes might be causing lung injury. Now, I'm not saying at this point that it's proven, right, that e-cigarettes causes that, but that's what the article is suggesting, and then they discuss the evidence. And if you were to read through this article, you can see how strong that evidence is and whether we should believe that there really is a cause and effect relationship here. Okay, let's go to the next article. Okay, on the left-hand side is the title of the article. Personality and alcohol-related risk, neuroticism, extroversion, and alexithymia. Okay, so if we go through the abstract, it's kind of a long abstract here. Let me pull out some key sentences here. Here's one. Okay, the present study examined neuroticism, extroversion, and alexithymia in relation to risky drinking in a non-clinical sample of 285 alcohol consumers aged 18 to 60 years. So neuroticism, extroversion, and alexithymia are psychological conditions. Okay, so what would you say is the explanatory and the response variables here? So go ahead and pause the video, think about it a little bit. Okay, so here, can we really tell? I don't think from this sentence alone we can tell. I mean, they're saying that they're related, right? Neuroticism, extroversion, and alexithymia is related to risky drinking. So I'm seeing there's these three things: neuroticism, extroversion, and alexithymia, and then there's risky drinking. So I can interpret this two different ways. I can think that neuroticism, extroversion, and alexithymia might be causing people to have risky drinking habits, which would be that those three things, those psychological conditions, are the explanatory variables and risky drinking is the response. Or it could also be the other way around, right? Maybe risky drinking is causing people to have these psychological conditions, in which case risky drinking would be the explanatory variable and those psychological conditions would be the response. So let's read through this article, this abstract, a little bit further and see if we can find some more information here. Let's look at this sentence over here. This sentence says, hierarchical regression indicated that neuroticism, extroversion, and alexithymia were all significant positive predictors of risky drinking after controlling for demographic and mood variables. Okay, hierarchical regression is a statistical technique. You don't need to know what that is. But the fact is that they did something that indicated that these psychological factors were positive predictors of risky drinking. So here what they're saying is that they are saying that these psychological factors are the cause, and we can use these to predict how much risky drinking an individual might be prone to. So in this sentence, it's becoming clear that the psychological factors are the explanatory variable, and risky drinking is the response variable. Okay? So that's all for this video. I just wanted to highlight the key differences here, and there'll be some more videos for section 1.3, and I'll see you then.